While almost everyone desires to become rich, sadly, many people only dream about it without turning it into reality. To become wealthy, you need to be smart about money, make good financial decisions, and invest in ways that make your money grow over time. It's smart to look up to people who have already become successful at handling money. In this video, we'll discuss 5 ways rich people grow their money over time. Let's get started. 1. Staying financially responsible. Ask a millionaire how they got rich, and they'll probably mention one thing: discipline. Being disciplined is super important on the road to success. Let me break it down for you. Imagine you want a high-paying job. To get there, you need to be disciplined enough to study hard for years, even when your friends are out having fun. Or maybe you dream of owning a business. You'll need discipline to focus on your business instead of hanging out with friends. As you start making more money, discipline becomes even more crucial. See, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you save. Saving needs discipline. It means saying no to that flashy new car and sticking with your old faithful ride. Surprisingly, a lot of people struggle to save. A study found that over half of Americans have less than $1,000 saved, and nearly 40% have nothing saved at all. But there are ways to make saving easier. One way is to set up automatic savings. This means part of your paycheck goes straight into your savings account, so you're not tempted to spend it all. Another trick is to find ways to earn more money. The more you earn, the more you can save. Cutting back on expenses is a good start, but there's only so much you can trim from your monthly bills. To really supercharge your savings, you need to boost your income. That might mean taking on side gigs, freelancing, or learning new skills to land a better paying job. Think of it like fueling up a car. Your savings can only go so far if your income stays the same. But when you combine cutting costs with earning more, you create a powerful combo that drives you closer to your financial goals. 2. They never touch the principal. What really sets wealthy people apart from others is their commitment to safeguarding their initial investments. Even if some millionaires enjoy luxury spending, they never touch the main chunk of money they've invested. This main chunk is called the principal. Let's break it down. Imagine you buy 100 shares for $100,000, and each share pays you $1.50 in dividends every year. The $100,000 you initially invested is the principal, and the $1.50 per share is the dividend income. So, instead of spending that $100,000, wealthy folks leave it alone to keep making money for them. Now, most people rely on their job income to get by, but when you spend money earned from work, it directly reduces your overall wealth. Plus, money that's not invested doesn't grow enough to give you extra to spend. To create passive income, money that comes in without you having to work for it, millionaires invest in things like properties, dividend stocks, and real estate investment trusts. Investment properties involve buying buildings and renting them out for income. Dividend stocks pay you regularly without hurting the company's market value. So, by protecting their principal and investing smartly, wealthy individuals ensure their wealth continues to grow without relying solely on their job income. 3. Keep tabs on everything. Most people don't really know how much they spend on living and entertainment each month. If you were to ask them, they might not have a clue. Similarly, they might not know how much they've saved. This isn't surprising, considering that 61% of American adults don't use any kind of budgeting system. But wealthy people get it. They know that keeping track of your money is key to financial success. Here's how they do it. First, they figure out how much money they're expecting to get in the upcoming month. This includes their salary, any profits from their business, and any money they might make from investments. Then, they use something called the 20-30-50 budgeting method. This method is pretty straightforward. They divide up their money like this. 50% goes to essentials like rent, utilities, and groceries. 30% is for fun stuff like going out to eat or entertainment. 20% is saved directly into an account. Once they've set up this budget, wealthy people keep a close eye on their spending. Many use apps like Mint, which automatically sorts their expenses into different categories. Others prefer to jot down their purchases in a notes app on their phone and add it all up at the end of the month. Either way, they're keeping track because they know that if you don't measure your spending, you can't manage it effectively. And even if you're not raking in big bucks right now, forming good money habits early on can pay off big time in the long run. 4. Living within their means. When you think of millionaires, you might imagine them splurging on fancy clothes and expensive cars. But in reality, most millionaires are pretty smart with their money. They live below their means, which means they don't spend all the money they earn. Living below your means is key to building wealth. See, there's something called the income trap that many people fall into. Basically, as your income goes up, so does your spending. For example, if you start making more money, you might feel tempted to buy a fancier car or upgrade your lifestyle. This happens because of something called Parkinson's Law. It says that the more money you have, the more you tend to spend. It's like when you have more time to do something, you end up doing more work to fill that time. In the financial world, it means people often spend whatever money they have available, whether it's in their bank account or on credit cards. But here's the problem. If you spend more than you can afford, you'll end up in financial trouble. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't taught how to manage money wisely in school. So if you don't learn from family or friends who know what they're doing, you could struggle to handle your finances as you get older. Living below your means is super important because life has ups and downs, with periods of life where everything seems to go smoothly and times when things are tough. If you spend too much during the good times, you won't have enough saved up to get through the tough times. This could even lead to your financial disaster in your life. So living below your means isn't just about being stingy. It's about being smart with your money so you can build a secure financial future, whether you're running a business or just trying to make ends meet. 5. They put their money to work. Think of life like a game of Monopoly. The player who owns the best properties usually ends up with the most money. These properties not only bring in money as the game goes on, but they can also be sold for a big sum at the end. But here's the thing. To get those profitable properties, you need money to invest. Rich people understand this, so instead of spending all their money right away, they put it into investments. Unfortunately, most regular folks don't do this. When they get some money, they either spend it or stick it in a savings account. Now, saving is better than blowing it on random stuff, but it's not the best way to grow your wealth. Savings accounts usually only give you a tiny bit of interest each year, so you don't make much money from them. That's why the wealthy focus on investing their savings. Starting early is key. Just look at Warren Buffett. He bought his first stock when he was just 11 years old. By consistently making smart investments over many years, he's become one of the richest people in the world. But you don't have to be a billionaire to invest. On average, millionaires put about 20% of their income into investments each year. And they don't just stick to one type of investment, they diversify, which means they spread their money across different things like stocks, retirement accounts, real estate, and even personal projects. So, while investing might seem intimidating, it's actually a smart way to make your money work for you and build long-term wealth. Remember, the journey to wealth may be challenging, but with perseverance and a clear vision, success becomes not just a destination, but a way of life. Dare to dream big, dare to take action, and dare to seize the opportunities that come your way. For true wealth lies not only in what we accumulate, but in the lives we impact and the legacies we leave behind. If you learn something new from today's video, I will really appreciate if you give a like. Thank you for your support. Have a beautiful day. Take care.